Hello, and welcome to Sunday Reads with Renee. Today I'm discussing literary pairings. The title comes from a book club I was part of earlier this year, where the leader paired books that have similar storylines and themes, even though they were published years apart. Among them were Carol by Patricia Highsmith and Fried Green Tomatoes at the Whistle Stop Cafe by Fannie Flagg. And while both have the similar themes of LGBT, they also are very different. Carol takes place in 1950s New York, where she and Therese begin a romantic relationship but are dealt with the consequences of how taboo their association is in society. Whereas Fried Green Tomatoes at the Whistle Stop Cafe weaves the past and present with Mrs. Threadgood and telling Evelyn Couch about the friendship and hinted romance of Ruth and Iggy, who ran a cafe during the 1930s. Two books I would have suggested for the book club had I stayed were The Vanishing Half by Brit Bennett and Passing by Nella Larsen. Both are about two Black women who can pass as white in the segregated, prejudiced society they live in, and while one chooses that path, the other does not. Again, both books are different. Passing takes place in 1920s Harlem, where Irene reconnects with childhood friend Claire. While Irene has lived as a Black woman, Claire chose to pass as white and is married to a wealthy, prejudiced white man. The Vanishing Half takes place from the 1940s to the 1990s about twin sisters Desiree and Stella, and goes into a more layered story on how their decisions affect themselves and their daughters respectively. Stella chooses to leave Desiree behind and pass as white, while Desiree lives as a Black woman struggling in a volatile marriage. It really does help to create discussion with these similar themes, but also on how these authors approach them. A reason the Literary Pairings book club was started at my nearby local library is because the librarian really wanted to bring contemporary reads and classic reads together for more people to have engagement on both these subjects that had these similar themes and storylines. Carol, published in 1952, and Fried Green Tomatoes at the Whistle Stop Cafe, published in 1987, have similar themes of LGBT, but they also do bear in mind how societies or where they live in the places and times of which they reside in view these, which is very taboo subjects and how it just affects them, and also how their relationship builds as a result. The Vanishing Half, published in 2020, and Passing, published in 1929, deals with the themes of racial passing and how it affects the characters as well as everyone else in the book. While I recommend all four books, I did like the best Carol and The Vanishing Half. And my reason is because I felt more drawn to these stories. I felt they had a more layered texture to it that I found engaging. Carol is about two women who form that romantic relationship even though they'll be ostracized by society, whereas The Vanishing Half focuses on how these two women make their choices and how it affects not just themselves, but also the next generation and what the impact is as a result. Nonetheless, I present this to everyone as a challenge to combine different books with similar themes for discussion and critical thinking. Consider why reading classic novels and older books can be beneficial and still resonate. Discover newer books that feel relatable to present times. See how far we've come or not. I thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and discuss anything you'd like in the comments regarding these books and literary pairings. Thank you so much for watching again. I will see you next Sunday. Take care. Bye.